Good morning, it's Jazz. It's the West Ham Irons channel. I hope all you great people are doing well. I just had to do this show. You know how excited I get by certain things, and you know how much I moan. But equally, I do get excited. I do moan a lot, but I do get happy. I do get excited. I know it doesn't happen a lot sometimes, in the life of a West Ham fan, but I went to the game yesterday, met Frankie and one or two other sort of guests that help us in the channel. So good to see people face to face. Great seats, was right behind David Moyes' sort of backroom team and Nolan and a few of the subs. So really great view. And you absolutely do really see the game in a bit of a much different light than usually when I'm stuck in the Billy Bond stand. Still on the halfway line, but really in the upper tier at the back. So ground level view does tell you a lot more about the game and player touches and movements and that kind of thing. And this morning, obviously, yeah, we've done the job. 1-0, we won the group, so all good. But yeah, wasn't really that much in the game to be jumping up in the air, excited about. But wanted to talk about the debut of Nayef Aguerd. Not sure how you pronounce it. Nayef. I'm not sure. So I'll probably say Nayef, maybe Aguerd. Aguerd, is it? We'll get this. I apologise for that. But for me, it's not too often when a player really impresses you, excites you, and it happened yesterday. The guy, you couldn't even tell that this is his debut. That he's coming back from a serious injury, that kind of thing. He looked really confident. And before I go into it, just having a quick look on the national media headlines, you've got headlines like West Ham have just got their 30 million Ferrari out the garage and he's unreal. So that's an impressive headline. Then you've got another one from a major newspaper. Aguerd announces himself with assured debut for West Ham. And then Ogbonna on our very own club official website says Nayef has a very bright future at West Ham. Then himself, he says he's here to win, he's here to help. World Cup's coming up for him, which is going to be great for him individually, but as West Ham fans, we're probably thinking, oh God, you've just come back, you look good, and hopefully, yeah, wish you the best of luck for your country in your World Cup, but just look after yourself and come back in good shape, really, you see. And yeah, good debut. And again, a lot of comments from some of his fellow professionals. I think Mr. Johnson mentioned that sort of he's really sort of confident. He's very chirpy, bit of a comedian. You saw those videos with Rice in the summer. So yeah, he settled down really well. And what I really liked about him is obviously, yeah, he's left-footed, which complements sort of Zuma right-footed. He's in his mid-20s, a bit like Zuma. He's got good pace. He played in the middle of the three centre-backs yesterday, and what I loved about him was that he controlled the ball at the back. So he was responsible for, yeah, having and receiving the ball as much as he could, and then bringing it out really quickly, whether that's left, right, or, through the middle forward, and getting the attack started really quickly. That's what I noticed about him, that he's very comfortable with the ball at his feet. He likes to bring it out, and he'll find players. And what he's telling Ogbonna and Johnson either side him was quickly sort of move it, pointing fingers here and there. And I thought, wow, that's impressive. You've hardly played for the club and you're already pointing fingers at some of your senior players. You're obviously shouting instructions. You're telling them what should be done in a quicker, faster way, because we all want to play quicker. We're very lethargic, very slow sometimes, sideways, backwards. But he wanted to move the ball forwards and very quickly. And I like that. And a couple of the times his challenges were timed to perfection. He won the ball cleanly, very well. And he came off around the 70 minutes, I think, to great ovation. I think I put that video out there for you to watch. Had a very good view of that. He got a lot of handshakes from these fellow professional players on the bench, on the ground. David Moyes gave him a bit of a pat on the back, and he looked really happy. Bit of a wave to us sitting behind him. I'm really excited, and Yeah, I mean, obviously that brings the age down even more, doesn't it? So if you look at all the signings, if they do bed in, we're not going to have, if any, too many players above 30. I think Fabianski will be one of them. Perhaps Kufal's get reaching that point some stage, if not already. But apart from that, it's a really young-looking team. Antonio, again, I didn't see much to get excited about, but he's over 30. Hopefully he'll be a good sub in games to come, and we do go out in the market and buy another sort of Mope Mitrovic type sort of slightly cheaper player to help Skamaka. Skamaka was yeah, trying to make one or two things happen, didn't quite come off for him, but that will hopefully come in sooner than not. But him and Antonio looked quite good together when he did come on, and he was able to find him a couple of times. But for me, this video is all about shouting praise on Aguerd. That, you know, he's kind of, yeah, good passing ability, captain of material, you know, very vocal. Zuma's not vocal. Zuma doesn't point fingers. He's a very adequate player, Zuma, but Aguerd seemed to be that captain material, and he's got that. Some of you might not remember, he reminds me of Tony Gale, who played with Alvin Martin in that great 85-86 season where we nearly won the league. And I think Tony Gale, we bought him from Fulham in 1984. He won a league title with Kenny Dalglish at Blackburn after being released. It's so odd. He played 8-9 years for West Ham. And yeah, Tony and Alvin together. Tony was brilliant. I mean, in terms of the bringing the ball out, footballing centre halves, had a great free kick on him, wonderful free kick against West Ham, against Liverpool in the League Cup final. He'd scored 1989. Watched that on YouTube. West Ham for Liverpool, won in the League Cup. Electric night at Upton Park. Yeah, I haven't seen too many footballing typical West Ham centre halves in a long time, and I think he's just what we need to slot in next to Zuma. I think good age, got something about him. The only thing I haven't seen too much of, and if I did in the friendlies, Rangers always like, oh, not sure, is obviously he wasn't tested in the air a lot. So when the cross is coming in a league game, I want to see what his marking is like. How close does he stay to the strikers? How does he read those crosses? Does he clearly know who he should be marking with Zuma? Is there clear communication? I don't want any of that what's happening where perhaps when we concede a goal, we watch the replays, we find out one or two of the centre halves are not really picking that player up, or they're not sure if he was going to pick him up or he, and then you get Cressy in there. I don't want none of that. So if he gets that bit right and that bit looks good in him, wow, that's a good player. So just got to see that when he's under pressure in the league game, I want to see how good he is at reading the game. So picking up his marker at crosses, which is a little bit up and down for us in recent sort of months, and shall I say. So apart from that, quite happy what I've seen. Reasonably pacey, confident on the ball, bit of a Mercedes like Ferrari, yeah, dare I say it, very smooth on the eye. And yeah, so we'll see what happens. So just a little bit, yeah, keep an eye on how he marks people as they cross in and how he sort of sets himself for that little partnership with Zuma, hopefully. And those are one or two key areas. Apart from that, I didn't see too many things to get worried about. He's come from the French league, which I know is not as strong as our Premiership, but it's a reasonable league. It's kind of where Paqueta's come from, is where Payet came from. And yeah, we got building up a bit of a French-speaking contingent. See at West Ham, you know, with Benrahma and Areola there already, and Zuma and things like that. So for me, it's time to get excited. Hasn't been too much of that this season for me, you know that, but keep an eye on him. I think he's a star in the making, as the headline says. So keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on him. It's looking good. It's looking good, and may kind of God give him good health, stay away from injuries, and can carry on. A bit of unlucky start, but he's come back like nothing's happened. Very confident, you know. So keep it up, mate. Put your comments in the box, and again, thank you for your support. It was difficult to do videos yesterday, so try to do one quick one after the game, then I'll put 2-3 quick sort of things, or what I saw. You know, the Lanzini penalty. And obviously Aguerd coming off, which has been received very well online. Got Man United next. So, yeah, hopefully put a couple of videos out the next couple of days. But, yeah, we'll catch up with you soon. But, yeah, put your comments in there. Let me know what you think about Aguerd. But for me, it's very, very exciting so far. So take care. Have a great day. And keep watching. Keep subscribing. Keep supporting the channel. So take care. Have a great day.